Well, good afternoon. I am excited to be here today. I've got Dr. Davis, Superintendent of Schools for Henry County. Dr. Davis, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. And I think even more excited that we have Mrs. McClure and Tyler Cook, who are joining us from Union Grove High School. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Tyler, congratulations being named district winner as a star student. How's that make you feel?
Good.
Good?
I'm excited.
And you picked Mrs. McClure as your star teacher. Congratulations to you as well.
Thank you.
What sets her apart, Tyler? Not to put you on the spot or anything, but what sets her apart that you've identified her as your star teacher?
I had her pathway for 3 years, so she really impacted like my decision and where I'm going to college and what I want to do like in college. So I took her architecture pathway, and it really like influenced me to like follow design and try and go into engineering.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so she helped identify what you wanted to study and where you wanted to go to school. Where are you going to go to school?
I'm waitlisted for tech right now, and I find out that in like May 3rd, and then if not, I'm going to Georgia. So I'm happy.
Yeah, that's a good fallback, isn't it? And Mrs. McClure, what do you see in Tyler that sets him apart as a star student?
So I've known Tyler not just as a student, but he's also been a member of SCOSA. He's actually one of our Quiz Bowl co-captains. They've actually gone to nationals, going to nationals again this year. So I've not only seen like his work ethic just like in school, he's one of my top students, consistent high grades, but his desire to succeed and to be number one, he's had that from, I don't know, freshman year, but definitely sophomore on. Like it's just, he's been there, and he's one of those students that you wish everyone was like, you know?
Yeah. Dr. Davis, before you have any questions, I want to ask you, you've now been part of the STAR program for a few years now, and you've seen some great STAR students come up through the district and everything. And I believe, was it Luella this year actually had 3 students listed as STAR seniors in that. What do you think is so great about, there's a number of great things about Henry County Schools, but what do you identify as such a great opportunity for these students that consistently we have wonderful students coming out of this that are identified in this program?
I mean, really, the absolute best part about Henry County Schools is the students we get to serve and the families counting on us for an exceptional education. Made really only possible because we have the best professionals in public education today that work in Henry County Schools. And so what I think this is an opportunity to celebrate really just academic commitment of young people, as well as the pursuit of excellence in the field of academia. And while the schoolhouse now plays so many roles in a community, particularly through this season of strain and just really the uniqueness of this season, we are still designed to give students access to a high quality academic-based education. And so I just love that while we serve in so many ways as a school community and as professionals in the field, it really is about kids accomplishing great things. And so Tyler, I'm so excited for you, and congratulations, roll tide. And of course, Ms. McClure, you have a tradition that you may not even know of. How many people tell me how exceptional you are as an educator. And so I can't wait to take your class someday myself, and hope I have my own kids getting into your career pathway one of these days soon as well. So, and Mr. Henning, we're so thankful that the Chamber supports our teachers and our scholars with such a grand commitment, and celebrates the great accomplishments of learning in Henry.
It is absolutely my honor. It is such a pleasure. As the Chamber CEO, Tyler, I do have to ask you though, what will bring you back when you're done with school? We want to keep these great students back here in Henry County. What's it going to take to bring you back?
Probably free housing. That'd be a good one.
Well, I don't know if we can offer that, but we can sure as heck be involved in getting you a job back here once you're ready. Absolutely. Hey, one quick question as we wrap this up, and I believe Dr. Davis kind of alluded to it, but last year's seniors, we really felt for them because midway through their year, it went crazy for them. But for your class, for your peers, for you started the year crazy, and it just kind of kept going in different directions of crazy. How'd you get around that? Being a star student, being the top of your class, and being so strong in the district, what were some of the takeaways that you learned from that you could give to those that are coming behind you to know what they need to do, whether you're in the classroom or you're working from home? What are some of those takeaways you learned from the experience?
It's really all about being adaptable, because if you can't adapt to the times you're in, it's going to be hard. There's no way around it, except you just kind of have to push through. You just have to set your mind to something and really go for it. When I was deferred from tech, that's what encouraged me to you know what, I need a better test score. So I'm just going to take it until I get a good score. And so happened, I got a great score, but I was just determined to do so.
That's super inspiring.
Isn't it? I'm going to share that with our
I hope we recorded that, because that was exceptional.
I think that those are great words for everybody, whether you're in school or you're a business person. Those are great. The adaptability, perfect. Tyler, congratulations. Mrs. McClure, congratulations. This is, I've told Dr. Davis this is my second go around with the STAR program, and every year I get to do it. I love it. I just love the fact of being involved with the community, with the future that we have for the workforce and everything. So this is always a pleasure. Tyler, good luck to you when you're ready to come back and you need some help finding a job. Be sure and look the three of us up, and we'll do everything we can to help get you back in there.
Thank you.
Ladies, thank you very much. I appreciate your time. I know it's the end of the school day, so I want to be respectful of that as well. Thank you very much, and I will be in touch.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Both of you, yes.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you. We have Emily Mai. Is that correct? Thank you.
Yes.
Emily, welcome, as well as Mrs. Buer today, her star teacher, and they both represent Community Christian School here in McDonough. So thank you very much for joining us, and congratulations, Emily. Emily was one of 2 district star winners for Henry County. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. What does the honor mean to you? I mean, that's pretty cool for the entire county.
Well, at first I didn't expect to get the entire county award, but I was very grateful for landing such a high score, and I'm very privileged and very honored.
Well, you deserve it. I'm sure you've worked hard to get that. Absolutely. Mrs. Buer, how does that make you feel as the star teacher being recognized, being singled out by Emily then for this honor?
It's a great honor. She is a very hard worker. She earned that score all by herself, but it's been a pleasure to be her teacher for the last 3 years. I've seen her work ethic pay off for her, so it's a great day.
Wonderful, wonderful. Emily, what plans do you have as you wind up your senior year here in Henry County? What are your plans?
I'm planning to attend the University of Georgia and major in biochemistry on the pre-med track.
Wow, okay. I think that's about all we can talk about now. Yeah, we're done. That's amazing. That's wonderful. I hope that you'll consider coming back to Henry County once you graduate. Yeah.
Well, we'll see in the future plans, but I think staying locally might be one of my plans in the future.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I hope you do, and I hope that you would continue to give back to future students to the county and help inspire them. It's pretty amazing when I look at the list this year, and Luella had 3 star students in their high school, all of them female. I just spoke with 2 teachers, one yesterday afternoon, one this morning, that have been recognized 7 years each as star teachers. One is an AP chemistry, honors chemistry teacher. One is an AP calculus. Mrs. Buer, you're an AP chemistry teacher. I want to commend you all to see females take this responsibility and this interest in STEM. is just an amazing thing that I'm so excited to see. I was sharing this morning how I remember my sisters loved math and science, but at that time, it wasn't something that was encouraged. And so, you see that struggle. And so I see from this list that hopefully times are changing. You feel the same?
I agree.
Okay, all right. Mrs. Buer, how long have you been teaching STEM, science, chemistry, and that at Community Christian?
Well, I've been teaching since 2004. I have a chemistry degree from UGA. This year I'm teaching AP chemistry, AP physics, and AP calculus. And I love math and science. I love logic. I like just being able to reason and have good support for our results. I like data, and I'm glad, for all the smart girls out there like Emily, and I know she's going to do great things.
Yeah, I just, my hat's off to both of you. Wonderful. Emily, what are some of your thoughts? What would you give as recommendations or support for those that come behind you now? As you graduate, some of those that might be entering high school, what are some of those thoughts that you'd like to share with them as a STAR student?
I feel like as a STAR student, I want to share with those who are younger than me to always follow their dreams and build up their work ethic, because, you can't just slack off and get what you want. You got to work hard for it, and you got to do what you love. That's the right combination.
I think that's wonderful. Speaking of which, how many days do you have left until graduation?
I think it's less than a month. I graduate on May 21st, so we have less than a month.
Wow. And I'm sure you still have plenty of work left to do to get ready for that, don't you?
Yes, I do. I have 4 AP exams to prepare for. So it's going to be a long way to go.
Oh, you'll make it. And I have full faith. I'm so impressed with what I'm seeing from the STAR program for you, and just in talking with you and your plans. And I do hope that you'll consider coming back to Henry County when the time is right, and continuing to be a part of our growth here in the county. Thank you. Thank you both very much. Emily, I wish you the very best. Good luck at UGA. Mrs. Buer, thank you so much. And I think this is your 4th year of being recognized as a STAR teacher. Is that correct?
Yes, it's a real pleasure.
You're doing great things, Emily. I know you're doing great things, and you still have many, many great things to do. So thank you both for your time today. I appreciate it. Any parting words you want to leave with us, Emily?
I would just like to say thank you for recognizing me as a STAR student, and I would just like to thank my family and friends and all my teachers who have supported me in my educational career so far.
Wonderful. What an inspiring young lady. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
So I want to thank Mrs. Angie Rice with Strong Rock Christian School for joining us today for this conversation. This is the virtual STAR Awards for 2021, where we highlight STAR students and STAR teachers. And Mrs. Rice is joining us. This is her 7th year being nominated, and I think that is amazing in and of itself. But she's nominated for her role as an AP Calculus teacher at Strong Rock Christian. So Mrs. Rice, welcome this afternoon, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Joe. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Well, first and foremost, congratulations, 7 times. That is amazing. That obviously shows the impact that you have on these students in Henry County and your role as an educator. What do you think, what do you attribute that to?
Well, first off, the honor is mine for being able to work with these outstanding students. It's just been a blessing over the years to have that opportunity to work with students that truly are the cream of the crop. I believe that teaching and education is truly a calling. And that's the way I've always looked at it throughout my career. I hesitate to even call it a career because it is so much more a calling than it is just a job that we put in from, for X number of hours. But it's just exciting to see these young people rise to the occasion academically, as well as in many other areas in their life. I know that they're involved in across the board beyond academics, but it's exciting to watch their growth throughout the year. And I'm just honored to be a part of the program here.
Well, congratulations. I mean, yes, you can, I don't mean to disparage anybody, but you can tell from the passion in your voice that this truly for you is a calling. It's what you were called to do. I can hear that, and I feel that in this conversation. But it's so amazing to me that we have this opportunity to not only recognize these students, that it's that time of year and we start seeing a lot of awards and that come out, but it's equally as exciting, I believe, that we can see these educators, these teachers and educators that have had an impact on these young lives. And so to me, this is one of my favorite things that I get to do. There are 2 of you this year that have been nominated 7 times as star teachers. And you teach AP Calculus, among other things, but this young lady named you as her star teacher for the AP Calculus course that she's taken this year. And the other teacher that I'm going to talk to tomorrow morning, she teaches AP Chemistry and Honors Chemistry. And so I just want to make sure that we highlight the fact that we have got great female teachers that are involved in the trenches teaching math and science. And I come from a long line of teachers and a long line of people that love math and science. And I think that for many of us, you talk about having somebody in the classroom that looks like you, that represents some of that. And I think that that's just an amazing thing that these young ladies have, is somebody that encourages math and sciences in their development. How did you get into the role of math?
Probably as a first grader was when my love first developed for mathematics. And throughout my personal high school career, I had some amazing ladies in my life that poured into me in the field of mathematics. And it's been a love since, way back in the Stone Ages when I was in school. But it's one of the things, whether it's a student or my own personal children, one of the things I've encouraged throughout my time of influence is, when you're investing in your future, go for something that you have a passion about, because then you'll not be working a job. You'll be able to truly enjoy your life's work. And that's what math is for me. I've been blessed over the years to have been able to be in the math classroom, everywhere from 7th grade math early in my career up through the AP Calculus kids that I have now. And I just love it. People ask me, well, when are you going to retire? And I'm like, when they tell me I can't do it anymore, because I'm enjoying it and loving it very much, especially when we have students like Catherine and these others that you're honoring today. They're the ones that make it all worthwhile, because they inherit that passion, or they have it all, from previous teachers even. And so it just makes it a joy to come to work every day and be able to interact with them.
Oh, that's amazing. I my passion, one of the passions that I have and why I love this job so much is just the workforce development, the education attainment role that we get to play. And we don't get into the classroom as often as you do, but it is just so amazing to watch the next generation of leaders to develop and learn what their passions are and where they want to go and be. And it's just amazing. I love this time of year, just as we watch that 12-year path for many of them as they get to graduation, and any ways that we can to support them. I think this is amazing. This is what one of the great strengths of Henry County is the future that we have in the youth, but also the great teachers and leaders and mentors and that these youth have that keep them engaged and keep them going. And so I appreciate it. I want to recognize you for 7 years of being a STAR teacher. This is amazing. It's wonderful. Congratulations to you. And thank you for all that you do at Strong Rock and for these youth. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much. And I count it a true honor, and I am very grateful for it. Thank you.
Absolutely. So I have with us Mrs. Sandra Sindall of Woodland High School. She is a part-time honors chemistry, AP chemistry, and AP research teacher over at Woodland. So good morning today, Mrs. Swindall.
Good morning. How are you?
I am great. Thank you. It is such a pleasure to speak with you. I was talking to Mrs. Rice yesterday and conveyed first that come from a long line of teachers. And so I have a great respect for them and the impact that they have on the future of our community as well as our workforce. And so it's one of the great pleasures that we have at the Chamber to support the STAR program. And in looking at this year's winners in that, I see that you've been recognized 7 times in the past as a STAR teacher. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's quite an honor.
Absolutely. What sets you apart? Such great recognition.
Well, I'd like to think that I am set apart, but honestly, I just believe that I have the privilege of teaching some of the most wonderful and intelligent students because of the subject that I teach. I have also the privilege of having smaller class sizes. So I think I get to know the students a little bit better, and, maybe that has something to do with it. It's just such an honor to be recognized.
Well, that's so great to hear, and I appreciate that. But I'm going to push back a little bit and say that I think a lot of it has to do with you. And one of the things that I find amazing is that both you and Mrs. Price, she teaches AP Calculus, Advanced Calculus, and you're teaching chemistry and research. We have great females that are leading the way in chemistry and mathematics and that. And I think that's a key, a wonderful aspect to have when teaching youth, is to show that women can succeed and enjoy doing math and science.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I do definitely recognize the importance of STEM, encouraging females to get involved with STEM and how underrepresented females have been in the past, and really do want to do everything that I can to help more women get involved. As a matter of fact, because of what I teach, the majority of students that I have in the past that have had this honor of being the STAR students have gone into some sort of a scientific or mathematics or even a computer science field, which I think is just amazing. And it makes me so proud to have them represent women in STEM. And it is such an important thing.
It absolutely is. And so I appreciate your role and what you bring to that to encourage that. And one of the pieces that the Chamber's had for a couple of years now is the diversity, equity, and inclusion program. And that is one of the areas that we look at is how do we advance and encourage our females and our traditional minorities to engage in other areas that they might enjoy. But sometimes, I have 2 younger sisters that at times were there. At that time, there was some pushback to them being interested in math and science. And so, realizing that history and that I was just so excited when I saw this. So that brought up another question.
Okay.
You have these chemistry, honors and AP chemistry classes.
Mm-hmm.
How did you do that virtually?
It's not easy. I'll be honest with you. I'm lucky to have some technology that the school provided. It's a board that I could use to work problems on virtually. So that has really helped. The lab portion of my course has really suffered because of the virtual learning. And so that really is disappointing because that's my favorite part of being a chemistry teacher, is being able to do demonstrations in labs. And I do try, I still do some demonstrations and do, just do them on camera. And then I have done some labs where I actually gather the data live on camera and then have the students do the analysis of the data. It's not quite the same, but it is better than nothing. And then also there are quite a lot of YouTube videos where teachers have done the exact same thing that I'm talking about. And so they at least do get exposed to the process of gathering data. The important part, of course, is being able to analyze the data and apply the concepts. So I have missed being in lab, and of course the interaction with my students. But
no, I can imagine.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, that was all, that was always the exciting / anxiety ridden portion of chemistry.
Right.
When you got to get into the lab.
It's true. And I you said why do I think I've been chosen? I think I used to always do, and until the last year, a magic show, a Halloween magic show, where we brought over elementary students, first graders, and my AP Chem students would do demonstrations, and we would blow up pumpkins and have pumpkins shoot fire out of their mouth and just all sorts of fun things. And I think that might contribute a little bit to why my students like my class. And so I really have missed the actual hands-on part of class. I'll be excited to be back with them in person next year for sure.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, I appreciate it. I just, I wanted to recognize you for this wonderfully unique honor of being recognized 7 times as a star teacher, and kind of get some of your thoughts. And so I appreciate your time. I know you're busy today, and so are there any closing thoughts you'd like to leave with the community or with the students as we go forth into the end of the school year?
Well, I'm really glad that you brought up the idea of women in STEM and minorities in STEM. And I would like to really, really encourage all of women and minorities out there to don't give up. Make sure that if you find math and science interesting, go for it. There's nothing that should limit you. And I really think that's super important. So thanks for bringing that up and bringing that to my mind.
Absolutely. Well, I couldn't have said it better. I appreciate it. And again, congratulations to you on being recognized 7 times as a star teacher. That is absolutely amazing. Henry County School is so lucky to have you as a part of it. So
thank you.
Yes, you are welcome. I appreciate your time. You have a wonderful day. And thank you so much for what you do for our students as well as for our future workforce.